Mark and Simon are at the library.
Hey Simon, how are you?
I'm not so good, Mark. I just got my exam results.
What happened? Did you get a bad grade?
Yes, I failed.
I didn't do well on the exam either. I passed though.
This is terrible. What should I do?
It's not a big deal. It's just one exam. Did you study for it?
I did. The exam was just too difficult.
You can try to improve your study skills. How did you study?
I just started reading the book the day before the exam.
That's not very responsible. You should change your study habits. You need to review a little every day.
Why didn't you get a good grade?
I didn't study enough either. I'm too lazy.
Let's review together next time.
Good idea. We can help each other.
Hello, I'm Laurel.
And I'm Jeff.
Welcome to our dialogue section. In today's dialogue, we'll hear from two college students who are talking about their exams. Did you usually pass your exams when you were in school, Jeff?
Yes, actually, I was a very good test taker when I was in school. I studied very hard for my exam, so I didn't really get worried about my exam results. Now here, let's talk about the word result. A result is something that happens because of something else. But when talking about exams, we can say something like, the teacher gave us the results of the exam, i.e. the teacher told us how we did on the exam. And yes, usually my results were good. I got good grades. At least I got good grades most of the time.
Well, how did you get good grades? I always studied hard, but I would always forget something.
Well, that's okay. Some people are smart, but they're just not good at taking tests. So sometimes, even though people know the material and they've studied hard, it might just be difficult to remember that stuff when the test day actually comes and you have to sit down and take that exam. Now, to improve my grades, I tried to make studying a habit. Now, what's a habit? A habit is something that you do regularly. For example, brushing your teeth is a good habit. Now, there are good habits like brushing your teeth and bad habits like smoking. Studying, unlike smoking, is a good habit because studying can help you get good grades. You shouldn't smoke so much, Laurel. Anyways, brushing your teeth is also a good habit. Why? Because it keeps your teeth clean so you don't get cavities, so you don't have to go to the dentist and get a root canal and stuff like that. Besides smoking though, Laurel, do you have any bad habits?
Oh, unfortunately, yes. Sometimes I am really lazy, which means unwilling to work or use energy.
Just like to take it easy, huh?
I just like to lay around. We can say I am lazy today, especially on Monday morning. Oh, it's so hard to wake up early and get out of bed and start the week. But what about you, Jeff? What are your bad habits?
Well, Laurel, I also have a lazy streak. And that means, yes, sometimes I am lazy too. And like you, I do not like waking up early. I don't like waking up early either. Now here we've used the word either to agree with a negative statement. So in this case, we both don't want to wake up early. And the more I think about it, I'm pretty sure that we're not the only ones.
No.
But that's enough with bad habits. We shouldn't smoke. We shouldn't be lazy.
We should study.
We should study. And speaking of good habits like studying, do you have any good habits, Laurel?
Well, I try to save some money each month. I keep a money jar and put my change into it. Then, at the end of the month, I empty it and use the money to pay bills.
Wow, Laurel, that's very responsible. Now here we have the word responsible. The word responsible describes a person who shows good judgment. For example, he is a very responsible person. He has a lot of good habits and always does the right thing.
Right, and it's good to be responsible. But as we hear in our dialogue, some people are not very responsible. Mark and Simon are two college students from our dialogue who just got the results of their exam back.
Yes, and we learn that Simon's result was not very good. He failed the exam, and he is not happy about this.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
It's pretty bad when you fail an exam. When we know someone is upset, we can cheer them up or try to make someone feel better. Like Simon needs to, right? So for example, Mark tries to cheer him up. He tells Simon it's no big deal, it's just one test. Sometimes just one test can feel so important though.
Exactly. But good friends try to make you feel better anyways. And yes, when you're cheering someone up, you can say things like, hey, it's not the end of the world, or don't worry about it. You can also say, sometimes, man, sometimes things happen. Now, when we use this phrase and we say sometimes things happen, we're saying that, hey, sometimes things occur or take place without being planned. You just couldn't plan for these things and they just happened. For example, Simon doesn't want this to happen again. He does not want this to occur again. But sometimes there isn't a way to prepare for things, and they can just be good or bad, and there's nothing that we can do about it. We just have to let things happen sometimes and try not to worry too much about it.
Yep, that's correct, Jeff. And in addition to offering kind words, Mark also tries to find out what happened so that he can help Simon. So he asks Simon how he studied. Everyone studies differently, and some ways might not work for everyone.
That's right. Now, when I was in school, I tried to study a little bit every day. I would reread what we had learned in class that day and then test myself on it. I think this helped me to improve. Now, if you improve, you get better in some way. For example, you can improve your grades by studying, i.e., you can get better grades if you study. Now, if you use my way of studying, you might just see a lot of improvement.
But studying is a skill, right?
It is.
A skill is the ability to do something well. We can say cooking is a skill. There are lots of things that require skill, like playing a sport or a musical instrument, or some jobs require skills. And yes, studying is a skill that can be learned.
Exactly. Now, more on skills. Laurel, I'm very curious. Do you have any special skills? Do you moonlight as a surgeon or a neurologist?
I wish. But I can juggle 2 or 3 things in the air at the same time. I learned that when I was a kid.
Really? I would like to see that.
I'll show you.
Okay, great.
In the end, what happens to Mark and Simon?
Well, apparently they decide to study together for the next exam. And yes, studying together is a great way to study or to improve your studying skills. And yes, studying with a friend is just more fun. And it's also easier when you study with a friend. After all, studying alone can get kind of boring. Having a friend there can help you stay alert, stay focused, and well, having a friend around might just jog or help your memory.
I could see how that would be.
Did you like studying with people when you were in college?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it because if I didn't know something, they could help me. It made things easier, right? So studying with somebody is a great idea. Now, are you ready to see my juggling skills?
I can't wait. Show me. Show me now.
Great. Maybe later.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yes, next we're going to go over the reading section. Okay, so let's go and take a look right now.